This video will give you some information on other variations on the one-way ANOVA. So a one-way ANOVA is considered a single factor design in that you only have one factor or one independent variable that's establishing your groups within an ANOVA. And so when we look at it, you just have this one independent variable, and this one independent variable is establishing your J levels, treatments, treatment levels. All of these are just different terms to discuss your groups that are being established and are being compared. Then, just like every single ANOVA, regardless if it has one factor or multiple, you have your dependent variable, which is your outcome variable. And you have to remember that this is a continuous variable, and it's your outcome. And so this is what's giving you the mean that is being compared across your groups. This dependent variable needs to be continuous so that you do have a mean calculation, but that you also have a proper variance calculation as well. The null hypothesis for these single factor designs or one-way ANOVAs is all about the quality of the means. So are the means equal? And this will be very similar to all of your ANOVA designs, because ANOVA is that comparison of means across groups. And so we want to look at the null hypothesis, so when nothing happens, as that all of the means are equal, that when we compare them, there is no difference between those means. And when we say there's no difference between those means, we really mean that statistically, there is no difference. So you can have means in groups that are different, but it's not a statistically significant ANOVA. And so that is accepting the null hypothesis that these means are essentially equivalent. And so then our alternate hypothesis is that not all the means are equal. But what you need to pay attention to is that this does not mean that all of the means are different. And it doesn't mean that all of them are the same. It really just means that there is a significant difference between at least two of the means that are included in your ANOVA. So if you have three groups, at least two of those means need to be statistically significant in their difference between those means to get a statistically significant ANOVA. But without doing further analyses, you're not going to be able to know where those differences occur. It is important to know that there are some other variations on ANOVA, including the one-way ANOVA. In particular, if you are using some different kind of data, or you're not meeting an assumption like normality assumption, then there's this Kruskal-Wallis test that you could use instead of a standard ANOVA. There's also the Mann-Whitley-U and the Brown-Forsyth F star. And the Welch's W. All of these are if you need something more stringent, if you have data that is different than what is required to run an ANOVA, or if you have a violation of an assumption. There's also the James second